Hey, can you hear me, Bob?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Fuck yeah. Are we starting now? Is this live?
Yeah, we're live, Hustler. I just had to give a little bit of the old DCW intro. Unless you need me to take us offline, you good to go?
No, fuck, I'm going to go and fucking wing it no matter what. So no matter what question you ask me, I'll fucking just go off. It don't matter.
I know, Daddy. It's no problem there. I'm glad to hear your voice. I know the storm and all that's been crazy. So this was a cool little solution to get to the Hameen Media Group audience. They're starting to fill up in the chat room here already at youtube.com/Mr. OVW. But I'm here with probably two more of the real Mr. OVWs than myself. It's the Hustler Rip Rogers FR podcast with Dr. FR, Dr. Ted himself, and the real Mr. OVW, the original Hustler Rip Rogers. Hustler, good to hear your voice, though.
Oh, it don't get no fucking better than this. Goddamn, Popsy, fucking damn it. Goddamn, I had fucking like 6 regular teeth left or 5, and one of them motherfuckers come out this fucking week.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Well,
So now I got that fucking one gimmick fucking tooth hole there looking at me.
yeah.
So looking like a goof, but then now I look like a goddamn fucking wrestler with a fucking
You're grizzled.
instead of fucking
You're finally
instead of
You're finally a grizzled veteran. That last tooth is what is the only thing that was holding you from being that. Now you're officially grizzled.
yeah, I got a fucking the big fucking and now I'm even uglier. So now I'm so fucking ugly. I'm attracted now. I'm a total fucking gimmick.
Well, I talked to my opponent, I'll stooge off the business anyway, that promoter in Canada, and they canceled the first 2 dates, March and whatever, which I expected. But hey, I saw that they're already pushing for, hey, it's going to be 77%. Everything's going to be fine by April. So whatever work they're trying to pull, hopefully the borders open up and we'll take the ugliness right across the border, Ripper, and me and you versus Bobby Bass and this asshole. It'll be a good fight.
Shit, I don't believe fucking. That's why I don't fucking read the papers and watch fucking TV except goddamn Sports Center with the fucking the gym riding the bike, but it's just the fucking with no audio.
Yeah.
But and I'll look at my phone. Jesus Christ! Somebody sent me a motherfucking thing of AEW. Never seen fucking 1 second in my goddamn fucking life. And here was fucking that fucking stud ass MMA All American wrestler Jake fucking Hager, about 6'5", 6'6", against this little fucker Marco Stunt that I thought was a fucking girl. He must be about 4'11", 5 foot tall. I don't even know if he weighs 100 goddamn. His fucking head's the biggest fucking part of this whole fucking whatever you call that thing is. This was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life on pro wrestling. It makes me embarrassed to say I have anything to do with pro wrestling with them putting this shit on fucking television. Total fucking shit. Total fucking stupid. Milking that goddamn fucking money mark. Tony fucking Khan, it's his money. He can burn that son of a bitch if he fucking wants to. It's so motherfucking. Now, if I didn't know anything about wrestling, I would just say, oh, ha ha. Wrestling's supposed to be funny. Wrestling's supposed to be fucking cool. Ha ha ha. But no, I fucking respect fucking wrestling, the fucking tradition, being the goddamn mafia atmosphere where they'd pretty much fucking whack you if you exposed the fucking business. And then I saw that shit and I wanted to fucking hide. It's so fucking embarrassing. It made me hate this motherfucking business. And they put that on goddamn TBS fucking television.
Was it as bad as the Leotards debut or no?
I knew you were going to ask that.
As good as what?
The Leotards?
What's that?
You don't remember when me and Jamin, it was our first match, Jamin, Man Beast, and I dressed up and pranced around doing the queer gimmick as luchas, and I threw the terrible chops. You got super hot and came out with the kendo stick and said, never again will you be in the ring like that.
You actually made Timmy Baltimore announce to the crowd that it will be the last night you will ever see the Leotards. And then it was actually one of the lowest points for me, Rip, because you didn't just yell at us. You pulled us into the back, and it was one of those talks like, no, that was embarrassing. You all fucked up. Like we knew we fucked up.
Bro, yeah, we knew we fucked up bad.
Oh, well, I guess in today's world, I couldn't do that, could I?
Yes, you could and should, because shouldn't Marco stunt? Why wouldn't they copy and paste Spike Dudley? It's right there. Why wouldn't you do it? And then why would you bury a guy that obviously is OVW 101 when Dr. Death was there? You were training him, Dinsmore, Robert Gibson, and now he's got to do these stupid bits, and the guy's a legit Bellator killer. Like that is terrible. And then I also want to get your opinion on Tony Khan being promoted to a top spot in the Jaguars organization. And yesterday,
I thought he was the owner.
Now he's going to be like owner, manager, and running the front office. That happened yesterday.
Basically, they're giving him more responsibilities.
He needs to be the fucking quarterback. then he can pay the opposition to make him look like a goddamn star, to make him look like he's fucking good. You know, if I had all that goddamn money, I'd be fucking training all fucking day and looking fucking jacked and great. But then if you got fucking money, you can buy any fucking pussy you want. Or if he wants another different sex, that's up to him.
Yeah.
But you can be the ugliest motherfucker in the world. But when you're ugly and you got money, you over. So what the fuck, right? So he definitely ugly. He definitely over. So, and he definitely got money. He can earn that shit if he wants to. I get all that.
Wow.
I just think, as a wrestling fan, probably the only thing he ever saw was WWE.
Well, no, he saw WCW too, because he's a huge mark for Sting. That was one of the big things, is bringing Sting back. But still watching TV wrestling.
What I'm saying is, they haven't been around for 20 years.
Right.
Over the last how many fucking years when he was growing up, and I have no idea how he goddamn old he is. He probably grew up with WWE fucking wrestling. That's all he ever saw. So that's all you can see. That's all you know, and that's all you fucking copy, because that's all you fucking seen. It ain't like, oh, I went to fucking Tampa and worked. I went to Atlanta and worked. I went to Louisiana and worked. I went to Fritz and worked. I went to Don Owens and worked. I worked for Stu. I worked for Dupre. I worked for Bruiser. I worked for Geiger. I worked for Sam fucking Muskie. Worked for goddamn Fuller. Worked for goddamn Jarrett. Worked for goddamn Nick Goulas. Worked for goddamn Crockett. And the list goes. Worked for goddamn Carlos Colon. Worked for Baba. Worked for fucking Wing in Japan. Worked in goddamn Korea, England, Austria, Germany, South Africa. And what these guys, well, I watch WWE TV, so I'm going to be the fucking booker. How was it? Now, if I worked for him, now, me, I'm different. He'd say, how was it? 99% of motherfuckers said, oh, Tony, you're the smartest. You're the greatest. You're the handsome. It was great. It was fucking fantastic. Because you're sucking that motherfucker's money. He said, that ain't worth a fuck. That ain't worth the goddamn fucking shit. You want me to tell you the goddamn fucking truth and let me explain to you why it is? Because all these motherfuckers are going to lie to you. Because all they want to do is get the goddamn free fucking ride. They ain't worth the fuck. They're fucking rotten. If you're any good, have a match. Oh, you can't have a goddamn match without a goddamn fucking script. You got to have old fucking guys aging your match to tell you what to do, because you don't fucking know. Now just think about this. In the territories, you work 6 to 7 goddamn days a fucking week. That's how you got fucking good. Now you got guys that ain't any fucking good, grew up instead of fucking 1,000 matches in 3 fucking years. They're hoping to get 8 matches on a goddamn fucking month with guys that are fucking worse than fucking them. So it's retard fucking learning from goddamn fucking retard. First grader learning from goddamn fucking kindergartner. They ain't worth a fucking shit. Then all of a sudden, now when you play Major League Football, NFL, Major League Baseball, you're motherfucking practicing for hours every goddamn day, and you got fucking games. These motherfuckers don't fucking practice. They ain't worth a shit to begin with. So if their skill set can go back anymore, I doubt it, because they're rotten to begin with. Now all of a sudden, oh, we're working 1 day a week. How fucking rotten would you fucking be? Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, as a businessman and a promoter, Rip, I want you to predict the future. Tony Khan, no matter how much money he has, it's going to be influencing people's lives. His soccer team that he's the top dude at got demoted from, pretty much there would be the NFL down to, or, a major league to a minor league. His NFL team was 1-15, and his rating audience has dropped 50% in the first year of his wrestling company. If you were to put on your predict the future glasses here, what do you see happening for NFL and the future of his wrestling company?
Well, it don't really matter because, hey, he's living a hell of a fucking life, no matter what.
Yeah.
And I wish I was in his goddamn shoes. Yes, I will say it right here on the FR. This motherfucker makes fucking money. You can't get on him about that. He could get any fucking pussy he goddamn wanted to because he's got the fucking jack, baby.
Yeah.
And he's living the fucking dream. All I am is, it's too bad he doesn't really understand wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
He can have somebody that would fucking give him a different perspective, and then you could probably fucking see it. Because, hey, I want another place where all the guys can get can have fucking jobs, can have fucking work. Because years ago, all the guys could work. There was 800 guys working, being employed full time in the goddamn fucking States. You know what I mean? But it ain't that way anymore. And WWE creates their own stars because they don't want anybody to be any good. It's just, it's just the fucking brand or whatever. And then such is the way it is. But no, that fucking Tony Khan, no matter what, he's over for me. He just don't understand wrestling. But every fucking wrestler there is going to fucking kiss ass and say, oh, this is fucking great, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And just shitting on fucking tradition, and the guys in the fucking office that never worked anywhere, they only knowing WWE or New Japan New Japan where they fucking work or whatever. It's a hell of a rib.
Rip, I do have to ask you: have you received a T-shirt yet from either Tony Khan or Triple H?
No, I haven't got the fucking T-shirt from H or fucking Tony yet. But I'm still waiting in righteous anticipation. I'm holding my goddamn fucking breath, and I got my fucking teeth in so I can breathe better. Even though I got the fucking gimmick hole there in the fucking bottom, one of my fucking the real tooth come out. And I know I'm talking over you today, but I'm getting my fucking shit in. That's all the fucking.
Well, I got to get it in on you because you said you don't watch that shit, and I've heard that for years. But I did watch you doing the watch along on Serena's match.
And we got to post that.
And then this week, Serena Deeb's match versus Rio, where they told I want you to watch that, Rip, too. We'll send that to you. But the highest rated segment on the show in a women's tournament, Rio, the little 98 pounder, but they told a complete knee injury story with the knee brace. And it just was, if you like that last match I watched you and, really enjoy there, you're going to absolutely love this one. Now,
what was it? What was that on?
This is on AEW this week, Serena versus Rio.
Yeah, well, send that to me and I'll watch it.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do is whenever I go back up there this week, we'll sit down, Rip, but like we did last time, and we'll record it. And for those that are patrons on the Patreon, we'll post that up as an exclusive clip. And this week, I'll post the one we did with Serena versus who did she wrestle in that other match? Pops
Ty Conti.
Yeah, we did a watch along with that one, and it was surprising. Rip and I actually both popped for the finish because we both thought it was a kick out. but it was a lot of fun, and so we'll post that up here. I'll post that today, actually.
Yeah, there's a couple extra falsies that I think we could cut, but that's AEW style. But Serena did them all in the right way to do it all, man. But great strikes, great European uppercuts. But there is that's the thing. There's all these things where they bury guys like Hager or whatnot, but then Serena can shine through and show them what to do. And I also wanted to kind of put this guy over. I did a clip earlier this week on Tyson Dukes. I know you've been enjoying his videos in the Snake Pit Pro, a guy that's getting back to the fundamentals of wrestling. I think with Serena showing it on TV and Tyson with those videos fueling the boys, could we see a throwback to where we need to go, Rip?
Well, you know what's so funny? I enjoy that stuff that Tyson Dux does on. I see it on my fucking phone, and I told him that he's fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
And what's so funny is you have all this crappy shit in wrestling, which if I'm a performer, that's great. all of a sudden I do old shit, and you look like 10 times better than them other stupid fuckers. Because they're out working around being fucking skinny fat, fucking diving, have to get all their fucking spots in. It's fucking stupid. If every match is fucking steak, I'll do a fucking chicken match. And the chicken match will get over. I don't want to see all the same old fucking shit, the same fucking rhythm. Every fucking Major League Baseball game is fucking different. You say you got two great fucking starters in there, and all of a sudden it's a 13-12 fucking game. Holy shit, that ain't what we fucking thought. That's what fucking wrestling should fucking be. Guys, shit should not fucking work all the time. Stuff that's too smooth is fucking phony. When the fans can call the goddamn fucking the shots in the fucking match, why do you want to fucking go? I want to be surprised. God damn, you want a movie with a surprise fucking ending. That's what fucking sports is all about. Fuck. Jesus Christ, fucking Tom Brady wins the fuck again. He's just fucking laughing. What a fucking huh?
Yeah, well, he's got all the money for the pussy and to get shit hammered and go out on boats and throw the trophy overboard like an anchor if he wants to.
Well, he's Tom fucking Brady. That's right. Jesus fucking Christ. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, when we was fucking talking about, send me that shit. But Serena's kicks out like a sore thumb because she knows how to fucking work. Surround me with as much shitty fucking guys, copying, looking skinny fat as much as you fucking can. Oh, I have to get my fucking spots in. I have to have a fucking script. What a fucking rib. Shit on my motherfucking business. Fuck them all.
But this week she was the highest rated segment in a loss, going over, getting this girl on her 98-pound girl on her comeback over, man. So with the only match on the card that truly told a story around the injured knee, that's why this girl beat her, because of that, and everybody got it. And you could see them, all of the indie workers who sit on the sides and have to cheer, and even commentary was sitting on one ass cheek because they didn't know it was coming, where every other thing they're like, oh, because they have to do that to get the spots over. And here, the back and forth competition drove everybody to creep closer. And you could even see the indie workers getting it as they watched it. It was like them getting an education.
No, they wouldn't get it. They wouldn't fucking get it because they won't fucking get it. It has to be sit down and explain to you and watch that son of a bitch over and over and over, like a goddamn producer and director of movie, and him doing the goddamn fucking cuts. So no, this don't need to be in there. Take this 1 second off of here. Blah blah blah. I got a fucking story tell so the people watch the movie can see it. Now, what I forgot is that wrestling caters to fucking kids. Wrestling didn't used to cater to fucking kids. The people, I remember fucking years ago, you would hardly see any fucking kids there. It was fucking adults that believed in fucking wrestling. And it was like a goddamn contest. A lot believed, some didn't fucking believe, but they didn't know for fucking sure.
That's it. That's an interesting point about it being for kids, because when they try and swing dick between AEW and WWE, it's about the 18 to 49 demographic that they're the most sought after demo, but the show is still for kids. So now you're not, you say you want this demographic, but you don't appeal to them in the way you present your product, sexuality wise, tough talk wise, or cliffhanger wise, compared to the other dramas that 18 to 49-year-olds are watching.
Yeah. What are the commercials? Are they for fucking popcorn and fucking popsicles and Coca-Cola and kids fucking shit? Or I have no idea because I don't watch that shit. But
that's an interesting point. I need to pay more attention to that.
It caters to kids, so I shouldn't take it serious. In other words, you're just saying, ha ha, this is fucking hokey. Jake Hager against this little fucking guy that looks like a fucking girl. His head's the biggest part of his fucking body. Is a total fucking embarrassment to anybody that's ever been a real goddamn or anybody that's in a professional wrestling fucking business. Totally that. Over that's okay because it's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be ha ha. Fuck you.
Did you like it when?
Fuck all you mother.
Did you like it when Tully Blanchard kidnapped him and handcuffed him to a chair and put tape over his mouth?
No, I never saw none of that. All I saw was the fucking match with Jake Hager, and then as soon as he pinned him, I couldn't watch anymore. I had to go vomit. It was. I was so embarrassed to have anything to do with pro fucking wrestling. Here I am, been fucking doing it for how fucking long, and whether my way is right or fucking wrong, that's my fucking opinion. Just like and say, oh no, this is fucking great. Okay, well you have that shit. It's going to be like fucking roller derby. That soon it's going to be fucking gone. That's just the fucking way it is.
They're asking in our chat room, did you ever get hit with a cane? I don't think they mean kendo stick, or I think they mean like an old lady cane when it was all adults and whatnot in the crowd. Did any adults ever try to attack you, Rip?
Attack me? Goddamn, I had riots in South Africa 3 Saturday nights in a row against Tiger Jeet Singh in goddamn fucking Durban. I'd be working goddamn Trinidad or fucking Bahamas for the fucking Tampa office or the Puerto Rican office. They're selling bags of fucking rocks to fucking throw at there. Jake Roberts had so much goddamn heat in the goddamn Bahamas, they had to roll him up in the goddamn mat cover and take him out in the fucking ring truck because people was out there waiting to fucking kill him. I mean, goddamn South Africa and Stanger fucking South Africa said, what a shit place to fuck. They had the fucking militia there, and the fucking marks are out there with fucking guns. And I'm saying, what a fucking shit place to die. Fucking Stanger, fucking South Africa on a Saturday night, just shaking my motherfucking head.
What'd you do to get them so hot? Like, what's the story behind that of like where things went from crazy?
It was just being a heel and Tiger Jeet Singh selling. No cool moves, no spots, selling. Then he'd roll outside the fucking ring. They started throwing the chairs in the fucking ring. God damn, so I didn't have to go out and fucking get him. Jesus fucking Christ, they had the fucking militia there. I got fucking knives. It was funner than shit. And now, so this is what I'm fucking seeing. This is what I'm fucking used to. It's like me and fucking Randy Savage and goddamn tag team partners in fucking Eastern Kentucky leaving the fucking ring. The heels always had the dressing room that was close, or that they always had the corner close to the dressing room because you had to fight your way back and shit a lot of times. And now wrestling is a total fucking ha-ha. Oh no, it's cool. We got a fucking beach ball. We're going to wrestle the Invisible Man. We're going to have a guy wrestle a fucking girl. It's fun. Ha, ha, ha. It's entertainment. Fuck you.
Well,
fuck y'all.
You're talking about Macho Man here from our chat room. They want to know if Macho was always in gimmick, if the voice was always, turned up to that level, and also your thoughts on the AWA territory as well.
At one time, the AWA territory was the greatest territory in the world. All the top workers wanted to go there. Vern Gagne was the first one. They had planes. They worked in Hawaii. They worked in San Francisco. They worked in goddamn Denver. They worked in goddamn Las Vegas. At one time, they had Ray Stevens, Pat Patterson. They had all the greatest fucking workers, Nick Bockwinkel, etc., and Bobby Heenan, Gene Okerlund, who work in the AWA. You couldn't get any better than that. You didn't work that many fucking days. You were you were at the top of your profession if you were in the AWA. That's all there is fucking to it.
And was Macho always turned up that level? I mean, even behind the scenes, or no?
I told the story. Now, if you walk into our apartment or our fucking house, you'd see all the fucking holes in the walls where somebody had punched the walls out. It wasn't me.
So he
would have you would have a aroma of pot in there 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't me.
Bob Hope.
When he would go to the bathroom, he'd lock the door. I said, Randy, I'm the only one here, and I don't want you. One night I awoke to him pissing on me, laughing. It wasn't a jet stream pee. It was like a dribble. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Then like a little kid, he ran into his room like sore. But no, he was that voice. He was that character. The only time I ever saw him break character was when his little dog died.
Mm-hmm.
And when he died, he had a home plate on the wall with his goddamn dog tag and leash on there. Then he got a new dog, backup dog. but he loved his dogs. But that was the only time I've seen him break character.
Mm. Wow.
There was a tear in his eyes, and all of a sudden he goes, "Well, I guess I gotta get me a new one."
Oh man, good stuff there.
But then I remember one night he got knifed. I can't remember if he was in Knoxville or whatever, but he got knifed. It was like on his forearm, etc. And he never missed a match. And we just had it all fucking stitched up, taped up, fucking bandages over it and shit. You could see it fucking leaking, but he wouldn't fucking. He was out fucking making any fucking show he worked, getting fucking color, working his fucking balls off. And, well, that's why it was him.
Yeah.
He was always looked at himself as, I'll show you.
Isn't that true though? All great artists though, Rip, that there's some madness with the genius to offset it though.
Anybody that is any great in anything has got the nut factor in. You have to be a nut to be great. Everybody else wants to get by in life or whatever. It's like, how can I get in 12 physique contests in 18 months and win 2 and not take steroids?
Right.
Being a fucking nut. You know, when I did 5,000 free squats in a row and then did 5,000 goddamn knee pull-ins in a row just to prove it to my fucking self. You can push yourself to a lot, you know. But no, Randy was a fucking nutcase. We know that. And you know, when he'd sleep, he had the gun underneath the pillow. So I used to rib about him. I said, "Yeah, but your bullets are over there." So he said, "Now." Then he started fucking putting bullets in the
gun. Speaking of squats, did you see Twinkle Toes has dropped 100 pounds working out, doing that keto diet, and he's doing a lot of squats, man, every day when he's got the opportunity. I'm proud of our boy Twink, man, getting back on the horse.
Got the opportunity? Fuck you. Don't watch TV or do whatever. Get up earlier.
Yeah.
Excuse me. There ain't no fucking excuse for nothing. And what? Okay. Now here's the thing about it is, okay, guess what I weighed in at yesterday? 179.
Wow.
179. I've been on that intermittent fucking fasting.
Yep.
And it works. But since I'm fucking nuts out there, I missed the fucking card. I don't have the big fucking window. What I do is I eat at like 6 a.m. and then I don't eat again until 6 a.m. the next day instead of 12 to 13 hours.
Okay.
And I can eat all fucking junk, no care. And the weight just fucking flows off.
Wow.
Then I'll do it. But I was 179 fucking yesterday. So that son of a bitch fucking works. And the hunger pains will go away in about 5-10 minutes when you fucking get them. So don't be a fucking pussy. And if the gyms are fucking closed, you can do free squats, you can do push-ups, you can do lunges, you can do fucking bands, you can do all that fucking shit. But if Twink lost that goddamn weight, that's fucking awesome, because you don't see old fat people, they just die. They just fucking die. And a couple of my good friends I had were always heavy, and they had diabetes, they had limbs amputated, and then they fucking died from whatever. You know what I mean?
It's interesting you say that right there. Sorry to step on you, Beast, again, but the Yokozuna documentary just came out, and as bad as WWE is every week and continuing storylines, they just hit home runs. Whoever's working on this, I gotta believe might be Jimmy Paradise himself, but the Yokozuna doc with the the Samoan dynasty and the way they tell the story, but it also tells the story of obviously he's playing Yokozuna in a sumo, but it just got to a point where he was 700 pounds, and that was his addiction.
Wow.
It claimed his life. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, what can you do? What can you fucking say?
Mm-hmm.
Even when we were young and we ate shitty food, we didn't know no better about eating healthy. We had to advantage our insides to begin with. So now as you get older and you eat shitty food, you fucking drink, you smoke, you do all this shit you're not supposed to fucking do. And then again, you could have ate fucking perfect and goddamn have a heart attack at 42. Oh,
Right.
he had it's like when Midget had a fucking heart attack, they didn't know he had a fucking heart deformity from birth, and nobody knew it.
Mm.
He got a concussion, and they went in, and then all of a sudden they found it. They put them fucking stents in him, whatever, and then fucking one of them blew up or whatever the fuck. I don't understand all that shit. But anytime we do all the bad shit, especially as we get older, but there ain't no old heavy. Well, Kenny Boland's still alive. I can't believe it. So,
That's true.
yeah, Kenny. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think he did drop some weight though, but he's still on the heavy side.
He lost about 120. I mean, he's still a big boy, but to where he was to that point of looking, knocking on death's door, it was there.
Yeah. But the stress is unbelievable on your body, unbelievable on your fucking organs, on your fucking joints. You got to be in goddamn. Fuck, you walk into a goddamn buffet, you see all these fat old people. They're just fucking dreaming to fucking eat, but they got oxygen tanks with them and shit. I'm walking in there shaking my fucking head. I said, I thought I was hungry. I ate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fuck that. But as far as Twink, outside that fucking that lazy fucking bastard, that lazy fucking wanker got in fucking shape. He's probably gonna go up for Mr. United Kingdom, Mr. fucking or at least Mr. Fucking Junior Mr. Blackpool or novice or whatever.
Yeah, I think so, man. He's looking good. There's nothing he can't accomplish. He always one of the best big boots in the business. The guy could kick the top of a door frame. Not a lot of people can do that, man.
Big boot, baby. Of course, when he had the excessive smallage worm, that gives you extra flexibility for kicking up high like the door like that. If you got the minuscule Hampton Wick to dick. whatever we was talking about, and we started on this shit. Have no idea how we fucking got there. So if I fucked something up or whatever, how we got here. What the fuck?
I think that's the charm of this show is we just kind of jump from topic to topic and go off on whatever. But right now on our screen rip, I can't believe we went 30 minutes into this podcast without bringing it up. It's the book on pro wrestling. And as you know, Rip, there's only one place that you can get that. It's Amazon.com.
Well, you have Amazon.com. But if you're in fucking Seymour, you go down to the goddamn
Seymour Brewing Company.
Yeah, they got some books there. I just happen to have some with me in my goddamn fucking car at all fucking time. So you can flag me down at the fucking at the flashing light or whatever, and give me $20 and I'll even autograph that subbitch for you. Don't get any better than that. The book on fucking pro wrestling. Or you can get your fucking t-shirts from prowrestling.tk. Or shit, I got my fucking teeth in. We got shirts for plugging the fucking beer. Plugging the goddamn fucking books, and it don't get any fucking better than that.
Hell yeah.
I will put over the beer. I know you haven't had a Rip, you don't drink, but the beer at the Seymour Brewing Company, we might have to do it once things open up. We might have to do like a little special or something where maybe I'll have to go up there and maybe we'll do a podcast there. But I'll put over the beer. It was really good. It's like a ale that they finish in wine barrels, so it has a little bit of sweetness to it, and I thought it was really good actually.
Oh well, I'm supposed to go there. They're going to get with me for a date for having a fucking show there on us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We might have to see if we can line that up.
And I sold fucking books there, and I go in there with no game plan. Somebody will say something, and I'll just start telling fucking stories. 3 hours fucking later, the show's over.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll have to coordinate with you on that, Rip. Maybe if they let me, we'll be able to live stream that for our Patreon members. But I'll talk to them and we'll have to figure that out. But I want to go regardless. I'll be there.
It don't get any fucking better than that. Though.
It don't get no better than that. Well, Rip, in the chat room, we have a few questions for you. One of our fellow Hameen Media members, longtime faithful, Mike Casalina, he actually does all the clips that you see on Twitter. He's the one that makes those and posts those, and we appreciate all that. He wants to know your thoughts on the NWO and specifically Eric Bischoff taking control of WCW in the mid-'90s. Now, Rip, you didn't work for Eric Bischoff, did you?
No.
Okay.
No. I had left, and I was working 6 nights a week in Indianapolis, and Danny ran shows, and then I was a bouncer one night in goddamn Broad Ripple at one of the fucking clubs there on one night. So I worked every night, and but Bischoff. I don't think he knows anything about wrestling, but he knows television, and he knows how to spend somebody else's money. And for a long time, no, you know what I mean? No.
Yeah, no, spend it wisely. Yes, he knows how to spend it wisely and on the right things is what you're saying, not just, putting it out.
Yeah,
there.
It's like when we were in ICW, it was our money.
Mm-hmm.
We threw money in a pot, and all of a sudden we had $100,000 to play with, which is a lot of money in 1979. And but then Miser said, "Hey, that was Angelo." He said, if I have to buy something," he just wanted to have a territory where him and his kids could work every day. But going on the fucking road, doing fucking wrestling. He was the fucking boss. He was the boss, but whatever Randy said, he usually went with that. Randy had the best business mind. Mm. Angelo was always just like a performer. Now, he had been in a Paducah, Kentucky promotion in the early 70s, but that didn't really last long. What Angelo did was he was a star on the Dumont Network, and then he was a school teacher. And while Lanny and Randy were in school, he went off the road and was a school teacher. And then when Lanny graduated, he quit being a school teacher, and Lanny was in the wrestling business. And then Randy was playing baseball, and then in the off season, he would be the masked guy under a spider as the spider or this or that, and he'd be different fucking characters. And they'd usually be like they were all three booked in like Charlotte or Amarillo or fucking Mobile or whatever like that, or Nashville. But as the territories started drying up, it was harder and harder to get all three booked when they weren't part of the fucking office. So they created their own fucking office. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's like Miser bought two goddamn, he bought an Iveco ring truck, two fucking diesel fucking vans. He said, anything, I'll pay for them. And if when we get ahead, I'll start taking money back. So you guys will have to, you guys made your initial investment. So here I was in my early fucking 20s, learning all this shit, learning editing, learning fucking dubbing, learning television, riding with Randy every day and listening to and going over the fucking finishes, looking at his book of, we would have a 4-week delay on some TV. So it's like you would be a heel, then all of a sudden where you turn babyface, it hadn't hit yet. So you learn all this shit, how to bicycle your tapes, like Evansville sent it to goddamn Memphis. Memphis sent it to fucking Louisville. Louisville sent it to Oak Hill. Oak Hill sent it to fucking Johnson City. And you had up to a 4-week delay. So what you could do is Savage was wrestling fucking Garvin. Once he wrestled the last time, he still got 4 more weeks of wrestling. That's 28 more fucking shows making goddamn fucking money because you're doing it off that fucking TV. It ain't like it plays on Raw and you see it. You see what I mean? So it was a different day and you had different ways to make goddamn fucking money. So how we got to this, I have no fucking idea.
I think that's what interests me in there, Rip, and Beast, you can follow up if you want. But talking about Angelo Poffo, obviously we hear the names, Grizzly Smith, these fathers, the third generation Ortons and things along those lines.
Hennigs.
Yeah, the Hennigs. But these men, we don't really know how they are to work with and work for. But what you laid out there seems like a father who was interested in building a little carnival for his family so he could be on the road with his boys and do something together. And at the cost of, we need this, I'll go in on it, and I'll also do the teacher stuff. I got to believe that if his son made it that far in baseball too, that he probably had a big hand in that as well, probably as a little league coach and all that kind of stuff as well. The picture you paint of his actions speak, fair of the man. Was he easy to get along with and a guy you could really look to as a mentor as well?
Well, you got to look at this. They say, oh, Angelo was always cheap. He was born in the Depression as an only child.
Yeah.
They had nothing. They had no electricity. He was determined not to be fucking poor. So he saved his motherfucking money. His goal was to be a Major League Baseball player. He got some kind of fucking concussion in fucking college, so that was fucking out. But when he was 58 years old on our ICW fucking TV, he did sit-ups the whole fucking hour. He had the little gimmick camera in the fucking corner. He did sit-ups the whole fucking hour. He used to hold the world record in fucking sit-ups. All that is mean you can just fucking go no matter fucking what. It's just fucking body weight, and you refuse to fucking quit. You can't fucking move for a couple of days after that, but what the fuck, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, he should have been winning with the fly cross body after that every match. I mean, that's, you got to put the guy's abs over, right? You just let hit you with the fly cross.
No, he was a heel. He did a neck breaker.
Okay. Or you could go and punch him in the stomach, and then you just sell your hand. Be like, this is the sit-up world champion right here. You can't beat this guy's stomach in.
Because I remember on Cornette TV on Smoky Mountain, I did squats the whole hour on TV. And it was funny because the audience, you could see them, they had the second camera, and they're like mocking me, right? For about 3 minutes. Then you see them all starting to sit down one at a time. and at the end, I used the fucking chair, so I'm like leaning on it when I'm doing them, so that Tim Horner could come out and kick the chair from out from under me, and I fail, and I don't make the whole hour. Because the announcer turns around, there I am on the fucking ground.
That's awesome.
So they put me over as a tough son of a bitch, but just a stupid fucking heel, and the baby face outsmarts me again. So what the fuck?
That's an interesting too, because Rip, you go through these territories and these promoters, these legendary names, but what it really means, and I don't know if our audience, without having gone through Rip Rogers training and understanding it, what that means in every one of those territories, you might be using things that worked other places that they hadn't seen it, but when I work in the Northeast and what those rabid fans want and Canada fans versus things that work down south at the Optimist Club in London, Kentucky are two different styles altogether. So could you talk a little bit about that, where if you were in Trinidad, what does it mean to work there in Puerto Rico and how you do it versus working in
Maritimes
or in Indiana at home?
Yeah, every territory was different. You had to know some amateur wrestling when you worked for Eddie Graham in fucking Tampa, because they knew what it fucking was. When you worked for fucking Fritz Von Erich in goddamn fucking Texas was wide open. They were tough guys. You would be throwing fucking potatoes, and that's just the way it goddamn fucking was. We want bruising. We want a little bit of fucking swelling. If you can't fucking take it, go somewhere else.
Right.
We're drawing big ass fucking money. People believe in this fucking shit. We want to keep it that goddamn way. When you work for, they were all a little bit fucking different. But the thing about it was, like when you worked in Puerto Rico, it was usually a punch kick place.
Okay.
But then what you would do, if you was a punch kick place, So I would see what kind of territory it was, and I'd do just something. I'd do the opposite. Then I stuck out like a sore thumb. If everybody's punch kicking, a punch kick don't fucking mean nothing. You got to remember all that shit.
Right.
And once you were good at one, no matter what, it's something somebody hadn't seen before. It was like a new fucking movie. They don't know why, but they were attracted to yours because yours made fucking sense. You were completely different. You were the fucking chicken where everybody else was fucking roast beef. I can't wait to see this motherfucking match. I don't know what. I can't wait to see Terry Funk. I don't know what that son of a bitch is going to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get fucking that. He can wrestle. He can brawl. He can be aggressive. He can back up and fucking beg. He was like the goddamn fucking ultimate fucking wrestler. And once you pick a little bit, they said, what was that? I remember our fucking first time I went in to work goddamn for Bill Watson, working Art Cruz. He just come in from goddamn fucking Portland. So I started doing Buddy Rose's spot, and he started fucking laughing. So I said, yeah, I used to be partners with fucking Buddy. You know what I mean?
But that made the match that much easier on him instantly.
Oh, fucking yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, it was my first night in, and it was his first night in. He said, we got to go 20. I just come in from Portland. I said, okay, I worked there. I was Buddy's partner. He said, oh, fucking all right. So it was funnier than shit, right?
Yeah. It ends up being a lot easier on your body. We've talked about this on past FRs, Rip, but I love you telling me about going to Japan and seeing what rough style they had, and you just kind of flipped the script on them with the character you were doing.
Yeah, well, I went right in. The first night in was goddamn fucking Tenru, who would blister your fucking ass, and Hara, who I knew from Maritimes, but he was a fucking figured in there. So they're hitting me with tackles. They're running through you, beating me half to death. I'm going, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So second night, I went right into fucking gay character. And all of a sudden, that's what Joe Higuchi, the referee, says, Baba-san said, you do that every night. I said, I got you, Chief. But anyway, in Japan, they would beat the shit out of you on TV. Now, the house shows wouldn't be as bad, but if it was a Japanese wrestler against another Japanese wrestler, they would beat the shit out of each other every fucking night. It was like a badge of honor to never sit out, to never be taped up, to have fucking swelling, to be beat fucking up. And I said, I don't know about you guys, but my matches are phony as fuck.
Does that make them marks though? Like, because somebody convinced them that being beat to fuck is the way to go, and now they're taking bumps for a promoter because of whatever Japanese pride is inside of them, instead of just being good workers.
Okay, now you know who like pioneered the Japanese fucking wrestling? It was Ricky fucking Dozan.
Okay.
And he was Korean. He wasn't even Japanese. And the Japanese hated the Koreans.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he was the kayfabe. And he ended up getting fucking stabbed, assassinated by the so-called mafia with a fucking knife that had been pissed on. And he died from uremic poisoning or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But anyway. So no matter where it was, and usually in all the fucking South and Southeast, the fucking Fullers invented like fucking wrestling. The Welches, the Fullers, they're the ones that started all this shit. They're the ones that kept it mafia-like and everything. And you got to know the fucking history of each fucking area and each fucking territory, because it's all a little bit fucking different. So,
Well, I like where you're at right here. I just wanted, because this is an interesting talk that doesn't get done at this. I often, obviously, because I've heard it from you, and I'm a big Mob fan, being the East Coast guy. But Omerta to protect it, but there's stooges, and stooges get dealt with. And I'm not saying Ricky Dozan was, but he must have done something to piss somebody off in the Yakuza to give him the old piss blade. But fucking. What stooges have you seen dealt with that stick out in your career? I mean, you've seen a lot of throats cut, and probably had to do it a couple times yourself.
Well, a lot of the stuff was to me, since I was such a traditionalist.
Yeah.
And I fucking love wrestling. When I sat there and watched them expose the business on 2020, I was wrestling Toledo for fucking Ole, and it was the one guy, I can't remember his fucking name, Eddie Mansfield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
And he got on TV and exposed all that shit. I was surprised nobody killed him.
Yeah.
Also, I was surprised when Vince McMahon started taking the territories, and a lot of times he was like he was going to buy Stu Hart's territory. Then all of a sudden he'd make a couple of payments and say, "I can't do that anymore." I'm surprised when he went big time, etc. They didn't. He'd have an accident and be dead.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always got to be a fall guy, and there's got to be other people's fucking stooging. So, but I don't understand. This is the business we chose to be in. So why would you want to piss on it? Why would you want to fucking shit on it? I don't understand that. If this is the game, this is the hand you were fucking dealt. Nobody asked you to be in. You wanted it. So why would you expose it? And all these guys you worked with, all you guys had shows with, had bonds with, you got on there and you heard all their paychecks too.
Mm-hmm.
So, right or wrong, what he did was, in my was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, then all of a sudden he ran shows again. And guys that fucking worked with him, I don't think they really knew about it shit. But to me, no, thank you. Now, what am I supposed to do? Everybody, WWE had to fucking toughen up, explain how it's done, showed how it's fucking done. Basically said, ha ha, it's all fucking rigged. Then they get mad when it don't fucking draw. I mean, what,
Yeah.
I don't fucking get that. And then they got the fucking, they got all the hours on fucking television.
I'm curious, Rip, since we touched on it a little bit, going back to the 2020 deal. I don't think we've ever talked about it on FR. Did you ever have any interactions or share any locker rooms with David Schultz? And I was curious your opinion on him, if you felt like he ended up getting the raw end of the deal for trying to stand up for wrestling.
Yeah. When I was in Vegas, David was there.
Yeah.
And he had a special thing there, and I went and listened to it. And I was always a David Schultz mark growing up. Because
really?
I could tell he was a tough son of a bitch. So I didn't want to talk to him as a wrestler.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to keep the mystique. Because a lot of these guys, you see them as their character, and then they're in real life, they're totally opposite. You said, "Oh fuck," you know what I mean? Where I wanted to keep it in my mind, this is Dr. D, David Schultz, tough son of a bitch, was trained, I think, was by goddamn Herb fucking Welch, one of them fucking shooters, and he beat the fuck out of you and whatever. And but anyway, no, I like to keep that. I want the wrestlers to always stay in fucking character.
Yeah.
And speaking of another legend who just passed, because we're working with Stevie Ray TV, and one of the last interviews that was given was over there on Stevie Ray TV for Hacksaw Butch Reed. Just passing as well. Any memories there?
Fucking Butch North. We was in Mid-South together, and WCW together. Is always, fuck you, Rip Rogers, you motherfucker. He's always ripping. I remember one time I was in his room after he had we was going somewhere. We was at Oklahoma City Tulsa, I think, for Bill Watts, and we was checking out. So I had rolled. Mike took a tip. He says, "Hey, can I take some of your toilet?" So he gave me a couple rolls of the toilet paper, right? So he had some broad in his room that night, and I took the toilet paper home, and all of a sudden my cat was playing with it, and then there was some girl's phone number that had come out of the fucking toilet paper where it was like in the fucking like if he had to go take a shit and get a new roll, he would have found her fucking number or whatever. Right. But that fucking Butch Reed, he was a fucking stud. He was funny. He understood the goddamn fucking business. He was a really fucking good fucking worker. He was funnier than fuck. And he was he was a great guy to be fucking around. Fuck you, Rip Rogers, you know.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure you gave it back as good as you took it, Rip. We're at about 55 minutes here. I'm going to show the book here again. It's the book on professional wrestling, lessons from the hustler himself, Rip Rogers, available on Amazon, you guys. Great inspiration nuggets just every day that Man Beast and I were privileged enough to, get under the learning tree and is encoded on our DNA, especially after that leotards match. We learned the hard way that day, Rip. Anything else you want to say to him, Rip, before we send him home?
Hey, you guys remember in DCW, in every match, there was a finish. We had the one thing where it was Jamin working with somebody. We kept going through, but there was never a DQ there or a count out. It was always a finish. You give him a fucking finish. Then all of a sudden, if you had a count out, oh my God. If you had something else. See, you have to condition them with finishes so that a false finish means something. A false finish without it being a finish don't mean nothing.
So it really doesn't make sense to have any kind of non-finish really on TV. I feel like, would you say that would be something reserved for, say, like a big show?
Well, there's different ways of looking at it.
Yeah.
They would have on TVs, they have finish. Yeah. Then you maybe had to match the fucking stars because they have a fucking count out because then they're going into house shows that fucking week in a no count out match or a fucking cage match or a lumberjack match. There's a reason you fucking did that.
Yeah, you're selling something.
You surround it with somewhat legitimacy. So that they're the only match that fought outside.
Yes.
They got counted out. They're the only match that had a dive, and the guy knocked himself silly. Or he knocked the opponent fucking silly, and he threw the opponent back in who was fucking lifeless, but he collapsed and he couldn't make it back in, and he actually fucking lost the match, even though he threw the guy in the match and he was going to fucking pin him. There has to be selling. There has to be a fucking reason. This shit is so fucking simple. And we've made it hard by trying to be cool, trying to fool fucking people. But we went from you asked me a question about Eric Bischoff, and he made a nice fucking living, made a lot of goddamn fucking money. So what the fuck, right? That's what it's in the for, is make goddamn fucking money. We started talking about Angelo Poffo. We got off on the Randy Savage thing. We started one thing, got a bunch of others. We look up at the end of the goddamn fucking show. People they asked some fucking questions. I half-ass answered them, went off in another fucking direction. That's his fucking life with the fucking gimmick fucking tooth here.
Yeah.
Man Beast hoping I don't say nothing about how he had 22 girlfriends one night.
Mm-hmm.
And he had 8 young boys and 2 fucking dogs and had a shitty grin on his face. So what the fuck? We kayfabing that.
Yeah,
so,
okay, Fabian.
That don't impress the Sheik. I got 432 wives, 22 girlfriends. That's nothing, Rip.
And 3 boys and a cow.
That's
so what
right.
the fuck?
Big old camel. You guys, we're live. This is what you can get exclusively at patreon.com/Hameen Media Group, the Hustler Rip Rogers podcast. I think there's 17 previous episodes up there, and every one of them is loved by the patrons over there, Rip. I mean, this is the education that we wanted to help spread and to preserve your legacy, to make sure people are getting that book over at Amazon. And, hopefully we'll get that T-shirt done if Man Beast gets off his lazy ass and does it. But pass the heat on once again, Hustler. But from Dr. Ted and Popsy, it's for you, Twinkle Toes. Get your fat ass up and start doing some squats. It's the Hustler Rip Rogers FR podcast. It don't get no better than that, Hustler.
Yo Allah.
Baby, hey, we on for next week at Lila's studio.
Yes, Rip. I will be there, weather permitting. But it looks like we're gonna have a good week this week.
All right, it don't get any better than that.
It don't get no better than that.
Hacha, sniff, Daddy. Snave, it's KB.
All right, it's you.
Later, brother. And there he goes, the Hustler Rip Rogers, you guys. We hope you enjoyed this 20 strong here at youtube.com, MROVW. I had a great time, Beast, just sitting there listening and prodding them, you know.
Yeah, man, we might have to do this occasionally. Maybe every couple months, we might have to do just a live one. It is fun just to shoot the breeze. It was nice just kind of laying out and listening to you guys and kind of chiming in. But we do this every week. Usually go up to Lila Studios and record. But appreciate everyone tuning in today. This was a lot of fun. This is the Rip Rogers you get every week. You get him fired up, and he just starts going off on all these stories, and it's a lot of fun.
Please go over there, and even if you didn't wish him a happy belated birthday, Hustler 275.
Oh yeah. For those listening, Rip, he won't put it over ever, but I know it means the world when he hears. So, like, if you enjoyed it today, just if anything, add him on Twitter. Say, appreciate the show. Love to hear what you say. He loves that shit, even though he won't put it over, but he does appreciate it.
That makes the day, especially if his tooth fell out. Add Hustler 2754, you guys, go at him. Let them know how much you appreciate these awesome conversations. I saw a lot of people saying, and not only does it don't get no better than that, but this is what podcasts are missing. And yeah, it's behind a paywall at Hami Media Group for that reason, because I know I put about $6,000 in his pocket. I know Beast put that or more. So we're trying to protect the biz in that mafia kind of way. This isn't always for everybody, this type of language, but that's absolutely fine with me, because I believe in free speech and a free platform, and you guys are getting it free here today. So enjoy this exclusive episode of the Hustler Rip Rogers FR podcast. Beast, I want to say thank you for all the work you do on Rip's brand, the travel, the record, and everything you're working on with the book. Just great stuff.
And for those that also may know him, we're actually recruited Timmy Baltimore. He's helping to co-write that book and taking on some of it as well. And he's a very he's a better linguist than I am, I guess, in putting things into words as well. He should be. He's a commentator, journalist, what have you.
So are you, doctor. Don't undersell yourself. It's a great tag team of Baltimore and Man.
Well, that is true. Yeah, we're working on it together. And the thing I like about Timmy is we'll call each other out on our shit. So, like, if he writes something and it doesn't flow the right way, I'll tell him, and vice versa. So I'm looking forward to work with him, because I know we're going to bring each other up a level, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And more importantly, we're going to be able to lay out the life of Rip Rogers in book form. And I think we're already talking to him. We're going to probably co-release with a bunch of audio tapes. We might even have 8 to 10 hours of just Rip talking stories. So for those that like audio books or want a long trip, probably it's going to be a few months, but looking maybe towards the back half of this year, getting that out there.
One thing I botched the spot on, because we were saying it right before the show, we had reached out to Rick Victor, and he had one of his first matches yesterday in a long time, and he's laid out feeling it today. So he wanted to run in, but he couldn't. But I forgot to send his love to the Hustler. So
we just started having so much fun with Rip. It's easy to forget.
Like that. But let's keep inviting him, man. Maybe next week he can StreamYard in there or something along those lines, or even just send a little video, and we'll have Rip respond to that as well. I think that'd be something cool, where we'll have some of the sons and daughters of Rip just send a 30-second question themselves.
That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe we'll reach out to some of our crew and see.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys reach out, grab that book on Amazon, paperback, cheap, and every day there's wrestling stuff in there. But there's plenty to inspire you in whatever your passion is.
Yeah, and what's interesting is a lot of the things you learn in pro wrestling, I realized going outside of pro wrestling, it's very relatable to life. Like when I went to PT school, I ended up I hate putting myself over, but I wound up getting a lot of like little scholarships and awards and things like that. I got a little leadership thing that allowed me to travel these conferences across the country, and even got to go to England for a week. But all of that was because I learned how to I hate the word politic, but you learn how to talk to people and you learn how to put yourself over. And that's what wrestling is you find the right ways to put yourself over, and you can do it in a manner that's not cutthroat and just ways to help yourself level up in life. So that's the reason I like the book, is because it's just a bunch of simple, short lessons. Some of them are more relatable to wrestling, but a lot of them are relatable just to life in general. And so it's just nice little quick tidbits. It's an easy read. That's another thing I like about it. It's just little lessons from Rip, and it's really, if you haven't read it yet, I definitely recommend picking it up, especially for what, $10 to $12. I mean, I think it's well worth the value you get from it.
Can't beat it, man. No doubt about it. And you're helping out the hustler, Rip Rogers, a guy who has influenced so many people, from Mark Henry to Randy Orton to Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin, Nick Dinsmore. The list goes on and on. But it's Popsy, it's Dr. FR, it's the Hustler Rip Rogers podcast, free at hackerhameen.podbean.com this week. If you loved it, go over and subscribe. Patreon.com/Hameen Media Group. Yo Allah, beast.
Yo Allah.